Hello, VC. Welcome to Plastic Soundwave Cult. I'm Eric, and I'm here for another thrilling episode of. Shit.
Hey, gang. It's okay if I call you gang? Welcome to a Thursday edition of Collection Connection, a game that's just an excuse to talk about music. So, for Eric's last play, and by the way, if you want to know how we play, how you can play, check the description, and all will be revealed. Eric's last play was the Beatles, Yesterday and Today. And I am so poorly versed in the US Beatles albums that when Eric was gifted this cache of old records, including several Beatles titles, one of them was Beatles 6, which I had never heard of in my life. I was like, Beatles 6? The hell is that? So I've become a little more familiar in the intervening couple of years about just how broken up the Beatles discography was in the US, but they deleted all of those titles in 1986, I believe, and aligned their catalog with the original British releases. And since that was right before the onset of the CD, the album Yesterday and Today never got a proper official CD release until it was released as part of the US album's box set in 2014, I think. So I thought, hey, wouldn't it be cool if I could find another album that went that long between its release and its CD release? And I couldn't find one. So that was a bust. I thought about the Act Naturally cover and anyone who might have covered Buck Owens, and I didn't have any, so that was a bust. I thought about the fact that it was their last cover before they kind of went to all original material, except it wasn't actually true because they covered a traditional song on Let It Be. I forget the name of it, but so for such a big band, I had a really tough time making a connection. And so what I came up with, scratching at straws, is the fact that Yesterday and Today begins and ends with the letter Y. And I came up with another album that begins and ends with the letter Y. And that album is Sweet Trip, You Will Never Know Why. Now, this is one I just got this year, and you will see when the graphics pop up that the original cover is different than what I just showed in my hand, and that's because it has been reissued this year in a remastered and slightly elongated form. The original is 14 songs, and this has 3 more songs in that, so it's up to 17 songs. But I had never heard of them before this year. Something about the new cover grabbed my eye. They sounded interesting to me, and I pre-ordered it, and the way things have gone in the last year and change, it was set for a January release. I don't think I got it until April, so I haven't had it that long. And as a new band to me, I don't know a ton about them other than what I've just looked up in the last few days, and that is that it is a duo of Robbie Burgos and Valerie Cooper. They have been together for a very long time, but are not very prolific at all. Their first album came out in 1998, and they've only released 4 albums, with the new one coming this year, I think in conjunction with some of these reissues. This is not the new one. This one is from 2009. It was their 3rd record, and they've only put out 4 records in the last 23 years. And the band itself existed for 5 years before they put out their first record. So really, it's been like 28 years, 4 albums in 28 years. So they're not what you'd call prolific. But it's really good. I'm super enjoying it. It's got elements of Stereolab and Air And I'd heard them described as sort of glitchy shoegaze, but I'm not really getting a ton of glitchiness off of this album anyway. I'm getting almost more Bell and Sebastian kind of bedroom pop, very fey. It's good. I don't know. It's I'm enjoying it. I couldn't say a lot about it. Both members sing different songs, but it's very tuneful, and the electronics are not overwhelming in the way that Stereolab is an electronic band, kind of, but it doesn't play like electronic music necessarily. So I don't have a ton to say. I'm certainly curious to buy more of their music, and Eric may or may not enjoy it, but that is my pick, is Sweet Trips You Will Never Know Why from 2009, and the connection was that both albums begin and end with the letter Y. So I will pass that on to Eric to mull over, and everyone else who is watching, thanks for watching. Bye.